set out to be a designer. It just fell into my lap that I used to sew. People used to go, I like your outfit. And then I started sewing for my daughter, and she'd be like, Mum, we're going out clubbing tonight. Can you make me an outfit? So I'd be like zooming on the sewing machine at 2:00 in the afternoon on a Friday afternoon to get ready for her to go out that night.
Can you tell me, like, what age, have you always sewn? For a start off, have you always sewn?
I kind of think, yeah, that's a little bit, yes, in a way. As a young adult, I probably took my mum's machine and I did a little bit of sewing. It was awful. It wasn't until that I moved to Melbourne when I was probably I want to say around about 28 to 30. I knew no one, and I thought, what am I going to do to meet people, or what am I going to do to occupy myself? So I saw a little ad, sewing lessons. So I went to these sewing lessons for probably around about a year, and this lady, I can't remember her exactly, but she was an Italian lady, and you had to do everything perfect. It was chalk, it was mark, it was pinned, it was everything. It taught me a really good grounding of how to sew. I made beautiful coats. I couldn't make a coat now, which is bizarre to say, like I think, why can't I? I could, but I wouldn't, because there's so much work involved.
Yeah. Are you making these dresses, well, anything that you design, yourself individually? You make the first one, is that right?
Yeah, so I used to make them a long time ago, before my back was a little bit better, and probably got to the situation that I have a tailor, and that's all he is. Not a big production house by any means. Lovely little family. He runs, his whole production out of the front room. When I started out and kind of thought I'm going to create a label, I kind of was like, what am I going to call this? And I come up with all these names. And my daughter said, well, Mum, why wouldn't you just use your name? Coming into motherhood, you teach your daughter the grounding, the love, the respect. And then all of a sudden, there's that turnaround at an age when your daughter becomes maybe a mother herself, or just comes into womanhood. And my daughter now teaches me so much.
I know, so does mine.
Isn't that incredible?
And, I'll probably have to apologise to you, Levi, on here. I did not make you anything to go out in. I'm just not a sewer. But you heard what I said, didn't you? You couldn't pass the driving test, love. Yeah.
Oh, I know. But it's, I kind of think it's kind of, we always think that we're going to be a mother and we're going to teach and guide our girls, in certain ways. And I'm so grateful that my daughter guides me now.
I mean, who's your audience? Who's your buyers?
I kind of think that my audience is probably between about 40 to 55, with a few things on either side, I should say. But that would probably be my audience. And that's what Instagram tells me too. When I look at my algorithms and whatnot, I'm a bit surprised at that sometimes, because sometimes I look and I think, oh God, I'm selling to people my age, because they see me and think, well, you can wear it, so can I. And it's wonderful, to think, oh, I can't wear that because I'm this age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's funny because I probably didn't advertise for my brand. The best way of advertising for me, and this is how I started out, I'd make something, I'd go to Pacific Fair, I'd walk around the shops, and if I got comments, I was like, yes, that's going in production. If I didn't get any comments, I wouldn't put it in production.
Oh my God, I love it. And you see, that sort of small business person does.
Yeah, and so customers came to me from people buying my dresses, and they'd say, excuse me, I love your dress, where's that from? Because I cannot tell you how many times people have said to me, oh, I saw this girl in a dress. I asked this girl about your label, or my sister bought a dress, or my mother bought a dress, whatever. That's how I've grown organically the followers and my customers.
I love that dress. Is that like one of your best sellers, or?
This has been a very good seller, and I've only just bought it out, and probably because I bought it out a little bit late, we're starting to think about, okay, what's next season, autumn, winter. Next summer, I'll definitely bring this out in a lot of colours, and I was just a little bit late bringing it out.
Where are you selling your designer label?
My designs. So there's a beautiful store in Rockhampton. This store, if you ever go to Rockhampton, you have to visit. Something different store in Rockhampton. I call it Aladdin's Cave because there's everything in there. Dinosaur designs. She stocks the best chips that you'll have ever tasted in the world in this beautiful tin. My designs, many others, like so many other designs.
How did you find her?
She found me.
Ah.
And Kate is full of energy. She's so incredible. She's got so much energy to give.
So Kate's part of the village. Maybe I could interview Kate.
Oh my God.
You know what? And visit Tracy at the same time.
You need to. Kate is a whole new world of next level in justifying why we should buy something. You know, her sense per wear, her store, what she gives to the community. People love her because she's so flamboyant and so much energy. I think it's one of those places you have to visit.
Okay, all right. Kate, we're coming to Rockhampton to interview you and visit you and buy something from you.
As you see, my Instagram is very organic. It's just me, get up, put the dress on, outfit of the day, or this is the new design. And I kind of go, oh my God, I should have done something with my hair. But hey, this is my crazy hair and this is me. And I'm not a big makeup person and not into the everything else in my face. It's who I am, you take it or not. But having to then kind of go, is that going to suit me when I'm a size 16? You've just got to try. Just try it, you know, and be a little bit more out there.
Rock it.
Don't be in that box that I wouldn't wear that. Well, how do you know until you put it on? And people get compliments. That's why people come back to me. Most of my customers would have, and I'm telling you, not one or two, like several of my dresses.
Oh, wow.
My good customers, I've got girls who have probably opened their wardrobe and they'd have at least 10 of my dresses.
Oh my goodness, that's got to feel good, Annie.
Yeah, it does when I have constant, I've got that little core. Yeah. And we do that with any brand, I guess, but being, just that small branded, small business, it's a really nice feeling that people do enjoy it. And now the other thing is that I've because I've slowed down, enjoying life, enjoying my grandchildren, my family. Now it's time to do a little bit of travel. It's time to slow down in my fashion and do things well and only do a few little things.
Yeah.
So basically, you want something, you've got to jump on my Instagram. You've got to be quick because I don't do many of anything, and just DM me and it's purchased just through, a little discussion. I'll tell you everything about it and purchase it through DM on Instagram. I haven't got Shopify anymore. It's just, I don't have enough to do that. And it's personal.
Yes.
Like every person who that messages me, I find that I get that personal, relationship with that, now you've got one of Annette Daley dresses on.
Do you wear a lot of your own clothes?
I'm a really good shopaholic.
Better than a chocoholic, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly, which my husband doesn't understand it. For me, a lot of it is about fabric. Yeah. I just enjoy fabric. I love the feel of it. So I want to say probably at the moment, I'm probably around about 60 buying other brands and 40% my own.
You've really holistically got it covered, haven't you? You're cooking well. So I looked at your Instagram and I've seen your recipes. So you're very health conscious, aren't you?
Definitely.
You're a runner. Have you always been a runner?
No, and I should have been.
Sorry. Come say hello. Hello, Ruby. Hello, Ruby. Was someone here? He's talking to somebody.
Come on, Rubes.
Oh, Rubes, you're gorgeous.
Ruby, come on. You have to go see Daddy. Yes, health, I think, is very important. I had a little health scare 15 years ago, and not that it impacted my life for sure, but I kind of just thought that I enjoy eating well. I enjoy eating, I enjoy creating, and I think that's more so why I cook, because I love going, okay, I go to a restaurant and I kind of go, what's in that? And I'll ask a couple of questions. The next day I'll come home and I'll try and create it.
So that's your second love after designing?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Love to cook. Oh, I don't know if that's my second love or my running's my second love. I run to win. Yeah, my challenge this year is I'm not a distance runner anymore. And I kind of think, you do a marathon, you do a half marathon, that's done and dusted, I've done it. I love 5K running because it's fast, it's, you're done after 5K and it's quick and great. I love that. And I can still feel that I'd like to run a little bit faster, but unfortunately age does make a difference. When people go, it doesn't make a difference, it does.
Yeah.
Because what you can't do is you cannot recover as quick to do another training session as well. So you've got to have a little bit more recovery. Yeah. But saying that, look, I'm running well. I'm lucky enough that I run with a great group from Tally, Good Times Running Group. This year, coming up to Gold Coast, which is about 13, 14 weeks away, I hope to run that really well and love to win it. Usually, if I run anything on the Gold Coast, Melbourne, I'm usually first or second, but I really want to get that first all the time.
Oh God, I'm going to keep an eye out for you now, Annette, I tell you. All right.
My biggest thing is, and a confession that I probably haven't been able to tell people until the last couple of years, highly dyslexic, and now it's my superpower. Tell you what, I live with my husband, so intelligent. It's ridiculous. He's amazing how intelligent. He's faster than a calculator, speedier than a dictionary. But I tell you what, when it comes to kind of, I wouldn't say planning, but design, I can see something and it's like you could click this in my head and a piece of paper come out and there it is. That's how clear that vision is into my mind, right? That's a superpower that comes with being dyslexic. And also, I kind of think ordinary day things I'm better at, You blindfold me, put me somewhere, and I tell you what, I'll get home. Not a problem. When my husband needs a street name and left, right, and all that, because it's that way that different mind works. So it's accepting what's good about you. And this goes with anyone. It mightn't be dyslexic, mightn't be this, but find out what is your superpower and build on that superpower. And it's taken me an awful long time to find that out. Probably 60 years to find my superpower. And now I know it is.
That's where a lot of us are over the age of 50, figuring out that, oh my God, that's a skill. I didn't know it's a skill.
Yeah.
I've always seen it as something that's dragged me down, that it's, just made me think I can't do that. But when you flip it to make it your skill, your superpower, then things are so much clearer.
Exactly.
We need people to start flipping their superpowers faster.
Well, I guess too, though, getting to a faster, sometimes you might need the slowness, the mistakes, the kickbacks to get to that superpower.
Sometimes 30 or 40 years is a little bit long, though.
Yes, totally.
And we're working in decades here.
Yeah.